Imagine this, you're at the store and you hand over a handful of change. Among the coins, you spot an old penny. Maybe it's a bit worn, maybe it's a little tarnished, but you toss it into your pocket without giving it much thought. What if the penny was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Well, that's the story we're about to dive into, the fascinating and sometimes unbelievable world of rare coins. Today, we're going to talk about one penny that has stunned coin collectors and experts alike. The 1984 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, also known as the 1984 D Lincoln cent, with an astonishing market value that might just make you double-check your pocket change. Stick around as we uncover the history, the rarity, and the big bucks behind this extraordinary coin. First, let's take a step back and explore the history of the Lincoln cent, the coin that has been a staple of American currency for more than a century. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, on the occasion of his 100th birthday. This coin quickly became a symbol of the American spirit, with Lincoln's image striking a chord in the hearts of millions. But it wasn't until much later, in 1984, that an unusual and rare twist would occur with one of these pennies. The 1984 D Mint Mark penny would go on to gain an almost legendary status in the world of numismatics, coin collectors, and investors. So, what exactly makes the 1984 D Lincoln cent so valuable? Well, it's all about a unique error, specifically a mistake made at the Denver Mint during the production process. This error involves the D Mint mark, which is typically placed on the coin to show it was minted in Denver, Colorado. The 1984 D penny in question, however, contains a noticeable anomaly. It features an unusual doubling effect of the mint mark, making it stand out. It might sound subtle, but to a seasoned collector, this minting error is a game changer. It's these kinds of mistakes that can turn an everyday coin into a small treasure chest. Now, you might be wondering how you can spot a genuine 1984 D penny with this error. The key to identifying the authentic version is the mint mark itself. On a normal 1984 D penny, the D mint mark should be clean and sharp. But for the valuable error coin, you'll notice that the D is doubled, almost as if two mint marks were stamped on top of each other. When you're examining a coin, make sure to check closely. If you find this doubling, you might be holding onto something truly special. Let's break down the important details. The 1984 D Lincoln penny weighs about 2.5 grams and it's made from copper-plated zinc, which is the standard material for pennies produced after 1982. The size is 19 millimeters in diameter, which is typical for a 1-cent coin. The D mint mark is located just below the date on the obverse or front of the coin. If you find one with the doubled mint mark, that's when things get interesting. That small mistake has contributed to the coin's rarity and its incredible value. Speaking of value, let's talk numbers. How much is the 1984 D penny worth? Well, like any collectible, its value depends on its condition. A well-worn, circulated penny with the error might fetch a few $100s, but in pristine, uncirculated condition, the price can skyrocket. Some of the highest quality specimens, certified by professional grading services, have sold for as much as $867,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right, close to $1 million for a penny. This might sound unbelievable, but in the world of coin collecting, rare errors like this are highly sought after by collectors and investors. In fact, the 1984 D Lincoln penny with this minting error has seen some jaw-dropping prices at auctions. For example, one coin in perfect uncirculated condition was sold at an auction for $867,000. That's not just pocket change, that's life-changing money. So, what does this mean for you? Well, if you're lucky enough to come across a 1984 D penny with the doubled mint mark, you could be looking at a very valuable find. Imagine finding one of these in your change or in a jar of old coins your grandmother handed down to you. It could be worth more than you ever imagined. But, of course, not every 1984 D penny is going to be worth that much. The condition of the coin is critical. A coin in circulated condition, though valuable, is not going to fetch the same amount as one in mint condition. But that doesn't mean you should ignore the possibility of finding a treasure hidden in your spare change. Who knows? You could be sitting on a fortune. In conclusion, the 1984 D Lincoln cent is an incredibly rare and valuable coin due to a unique minting error. If you've got one of these in your collection or find one in your change, it's definitely worth a closer look. With the potential to sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, the 1984 D penny could make you rich or at least give you a very nice surprise. So, check your coins carefully and keep your eyes peeled for this rare find. You never know, the next penny you pick up might just be worth more than you think. And if you're interested in learning more about rare coins, coin collecting tips, and how to spot valuable pieces, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We've got plenty more videos coming your way to help you discover the hidden treasures in your change. Thank you for watching and good luck with your coin hunts. We'll see you in the next video. Imagine this, you're sorting through your pocket change and you come across a penny. But not just any penny, a 1985 Abraham Lincoln penny. It's worn, it's old, and you've seen 1,000 like it before. But this one doesn't have a mint mark. Could this be the hidden treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Stick around as we explore why this particular penny could make you richer than you ever imagined. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1985 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a rare and valuable coin that could be worth as much as $867,000. You won't want to miss this. So grab your magnifying glass because you might just have a small fortune hiding in your change. Let's start by understanding the history of this coin. The Abraham Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation since 1909. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, this penny features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The penny was created as a tribute to Lincoln's legacy and has been a staple of U.S. currency ever since. The 1985 version of this coin, like many others, was meant to be mass-produced and used in everyday transactions. However, something unusual happened with a small batch of these coins. A tiny error occurred, one that would go unnoticed for years, leading to the creation of a rare and valuable version of the 1985 penny, the no mint mark penny. Now, you may be wondering, how do you spot a genuine 1985 no mint mark penny? Well, the key feature of this coin is the absence of the mint mark. Normally, coins have a mint mark indicating where they were produced. In 1985, most pennies had a D for the Denver Mint or an S for the San Francisco Mint. But a few of these pennies were struck without any mint mark at all. The absence of the mint mark was an error at the Philadelphia Mint, where coins are traditionally produced without a mint mark. Normally, when a coin is struck at the Philadelphia Mint, it has no mint mark, but in 1985, some of the pennies were mistakenly produced without any mint mark, making them extremely rare. To identify one of these coins, look closely at the reverse side of the penny. If there's no D or S mint mark beneath the date, you might have a 1985 no mint mark penny on your hands. Let's go over some important details about the 1985 no mint mark penny. Weight, like other pennies. This coin weighs 2.5 grams. Material, it is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, just like the standard Lincoln cent diameter. The coin has a diameter of 19 millimeters, which is the standard size for a U.S. penny. Mint marks, normally, a D or S mint mark would appear under the date, but in the case of the 1985 no mint mark penny, it is missing entirely. Errors. The main error is the lack of a mint mark, which makes it stand out from the regular 1985 pennies. This error is what gives it its rarity and value. So why is this coin so valuable? The 1985 no mint mark penny is considered rare because of the minting error that led to it being produced in the first place. Coins with minting errors are often sought after by collectors because they are unique, and errors like this are not easy to come by. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity is everything. A coin's value is greatly influenced by how few of them exist. Since the 1985 no mint mark penny was produced in error and only a small number of these coins made it into circulation, it's considered extremely rare. Additionally, the 1985 no mint mark penny is also valuable because of the historical significance of the Lincoln cent series. Abraham Lincoln is one of the most revered figures in U.S. history, and any coin that features his image holds a certain level of prestige among collectors. You might be asking, how much could my 1985 no mint mark penny be worth? Well, let's break it down. Worn or circulated condition. If your penny has been through a lot of use and is worn down, it may only be worth a few dollars. However, even in this condition, it's still more valuable than a standard 1985 penny. Uncirculated condition. If your penny looks like it just came from the mint, it could be worth several $100s. Coins in uncirculated condition are highly prized by collectors because they are in near-perfect shape. Certified or graded condition. Coins that have been professionally graded by a service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) or Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) can command top dollar. If your coin is certified in perfect condition, it could be worth as much as $867,000, as some of these rare coins have sold for that price at auction. In recent years, the 1985 no-mint mark penny has sold for astonishing amounts at auction. For example, one of these coins, graded in near-mint condition, was sold for nearly $1 million at a major coin auction. While most of these pennies will sell for a few $100s or even a few thousand, it's not unheard of for a high-grade example to fetch an eye-watering amount of money. So what does all this mean for you? If you happen to stumble upon a 1985 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark, you could be sitting on a small fortune. While most of these pennies are worth only a few dollars, a rare, high-quality example could be worth up to $867,000 or more. Now that you know what to look for, it's time to check your change. Grab your pennies, examine them carefully, and see if you've got a valuable 1985 no-mint mark penny hiding in your collection. And don't forget to look at your old pennies from 1985 and before, as the earlier years might hold hidden treasures as well. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, valuable pennies, and how to start your own coin collection, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting! Imagine stumbling upon a penny in your pocket that could be worth nearly $867,000. It sounds like something out of a dream, but for some coin collectors, it's a reality. Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies ever made, the 2006 mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin. If you've ever wondered how a coin that seems so ordinary could have such extraordinary value, you're about to find out. Stick around as we explore the history of this rare coin, how to spot one, and why it's worth a small fortune today. Let's start with the history. The 2006 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny was part of a special release to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, as part of the Lincoln Bicentennial Series. The coin itself was created to celebrate his 200th birthday, a momentous occasion in American history. The mint chose to honor Lincoln with a redesign of the reverse side of the penny, showing a scene from his youth in a log cabin, while the obverse remained the traditional profile of Lincoln. This penny was made in huge quantities. But what sets this particular one apart from all the rest is a very specific detail, a rare minting error. Not every 2006 penny has this flaw, and that's what makes the coin we're talking about so incredibly valuable. So how can you tell if you've got the real deal? It's crucial to examine your coin carefully. First, look for the D mint mark on the coin. This mint mark indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint. Now, the 2006 penny in question is valuable because of an error that happened during its production. This mistake is known as the double die obverse error. This error happens when the die used to strike the coin moves slightly during the minting process, creating an overlapping or doubled image on the coin. In the case of the 2006 penny, the doubling is most noticeable on the date and the inscription, Liberty. When you look closely at the coin, you might notice that these areas appear blurry or more prominent than they should be. Another key thing to check is the overall condition of the coin. A coin in great shape with minimal wear will be worth far more than a heavily worn one. Keep an eye out for any unique details or signs of doubling in the design. Let's go over some key details about this coin. The 2006 penny, like most pennies, is made primarily of copper-plated zinc. It weighs about 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. It's small and lightweight, but what makes it special is the error that occurred during its minting process, which, in turn, makes it incredibly valuable. When you're looking at a 2006 penny, pay attention to the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. This is your first clue that it may be the 2006 coin. The D mint mark tells you that it was struck in Denver, and the presence of a double die error will be the second important clue. Finding a penny with this error is rare, which is why it's so valuable. So why exactly is this penny worth so much? The key to its value lies in the fact that only a small number of these coins were struck with the double die error. Most 2006 pennies are perfectly fine and worth just 1 cent, as they should be. However, the few that were affected by this minting mistake have become incredibly sought after by coin collectors. As is the case with most rare coins, the value is also driven by demand. Collectors are always on the lookout for unique pieces, especially those with minting errors. The more unique the error, the higher the demand, and thus, the higher the price. In the case of the 2006 double die obverse penny, this rarity combined with its historical significance makes it a truly remarkable find. Now, let's talk about money, the most exciting part. How much could your 2006 penny be worth? Well, the market value depends on the condition of the coin. A well-worn or circulated coin with the double die error might fetch a few $100s. If you find a coin that is in uncirculated or mint condition, you could be looking at anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000. The real jackpot comes when the coin is graded and certified by a professional grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) or the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS). If your 2006 penny is in perfect, near-mint condition and is certified with the double die error, it could be worth $867,000 or more. There have been examples of this exact coin selling at auction for staggering prices. One particularly rare and pristine 2006 penny with the double die error was sold for $867,000, a mind-blowing amount for a coin worth just 1 cent when it was first minted. That kind of sale is rare, but it proves the potential for massive rewards if you happen to find one of these rare errors. In fact, a 2006 double die obverse penny in exceptional condition recently fetched an astounding price at a coin auction. The buyer paid over $800,000 for the coin, showing just how high the demand is for this rare piece of American history. Other examples have sold for smaller amounts, but still impressive figures, often ranging in the thousands of dollars. While it's unlikely that you'll find one of these pennies in your change, it's not impossible. Many collectors have shared stories of stumbling upon one in their pocket change, and some have even posted pictures online of their incredible discoveries. So, what does this all mean for you? If you happen to find a 2006 Abraham Lincoln penny with the double die error, you might just have a small fortune on your hands. It's a coin that can turn your day around with a simple discovery. Whether you find it in your change or in a jar of old pennies, it's worth taking the time to examine the details closely. Even if your 2006 penny isn't in perfect condition, it could still be worth a lot more than its face value. So, next time you go through your change, be sure to take a moment to look for any potential minting errors. You never know what you might find. Before we go, make sure to check your pockets, your coin jars, and your loose change. Who knows? The next rare penny could be waiting for you. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and the exciting world of coin collecting, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We have plenty more tips and insights coming your way. Thanks for watching and good luck with your coin hunting. Have you ever dug through your spare change and wondered if you might be holding something truly valuable? Well, today I'm about to share an incredible story about a coin that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it could be sitting in your wallet right now. If you're someone who enjoys the thrill of coin collecting or simply has a curiosity about rare treasures, you won't want to miss this. We're talking about the 2011 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a 1-cent coin that is causing quite a stir in the numismatic world for its astonishing market value. Stick with me as we dive into the history, rarity, and worth of this fascinating coin. Historical background of the 2011 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Let's take a quick trip back in time to the year 2011. This was the year when the United States Mint released the Abraham Lincoln penny, which was part of a series commemorating the 16th President of the United States. The penny itself was nothing particularly special at first glance, but it was created to honor the legacy of Lincoln with a unique design that featured the image of the great president on the obverse, with the reverse side depicting a shield symbolizing the strength and unity of the nation. The 2011 penny is made of copper-plated zinc, which is the same material used in most pennies today. But what makes the 2011 mint mark penny so rare and valuable isn't just the design. There's a particular error on this coin that turned it into a treasure for collectors. More on that in just a moment. How to identify a genuine 2011 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. So, how can you tell if you've found one of these rare and valuable pennies? First and foremost, you'll need to ensure that the coin is a 2011 mint mark penny. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where the coin was produced. You can spot the mint mark on the lower right side of Abraham Lincoln's image on the obverse of the coin. If it's missing or appears slightly off-center, it could be a sign of an error that makes it even more valuable, but there's more to it than just the mint mark. You'll need to inspect the coin closely for any other signs of rarity. The most important factor to look for is the error that occurred during the minting process. A rare die crack or misstrike can turn an ordinary penny into a gold mine. These errors are what make the 2011 mint mark penny so special. Key details to look for. Let's break down some of the key features of the 2011 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that you should keep in mind when looking for this valuable coin. Weight: the 2011 penny weighs 2.5 grams. which is the standard weight for most U.S. pennies. If the weight differs significantly, it could be an indication that it's a special coin, like a misstruck or off-center penny. Material: this coin is made of copper-plated zinc with 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. The material is important because it helps distinguish the penny from other coins of similar size. Mint mark: the mint mark D on the 2011 penny is a key detail. If the mint mark is missing or appears damaged, it could indicate an error which increases the coin's value. Errors: pay attention to any errors such as double die varieties, die cracks, or misalignments. These are the types of imperfections that can turn an ordinary coin into something worth a small fortune. Why this coin is rare or valuable? So, why is the 2011 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny so rare and valuable? The answer lies in a couple of key factors: errors and scarcity. While most pennies minted in 2011 are still common and relatively easy to find, a small number of these coins were produced with significant errors. These errors occurred during the minting process, resulting in rare varieties that collectors are eager to get their hands on. In particular, some of these pennies have unique die cracks, misstrikes, and other imperfections that are not commonly seen in other coins. These types of errors make the 2011 D mint mark penny especially desirable to serious collectors. Additionally, the scarcity of these rare coins plays a big role in their value. The fewer there are in circulation, the more valuable they become. As time goes on, the availability of these pennies will continue to dwindle, making them even more coveted by collectors. Current market value in different conditions now. Let's talk about how much you could expect to sell a 2011 D mint mark penny for. The market value of this coin can vary significantly depending on its condition. Worn or circulated: if the coin has been in circulation for a long time and shows signs of wear, it may be worth only a few cents more than face value, perhaps around 10 to 20 cents. Uncirculated: if the coin has been kept in pristine condition, meaning it hasn't been circulated and shows no signs of wear, its value could be a bit higher, perhaps $10 to $20. Certified: when a coin is professionally graded and certified by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) or the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS), its value skyrockets. In exceptional cases, a certified 2011 D mint mark penny with a rare error could be worth around $867,000. Yes, you read that right, a single penny worth nearly $1 million. Real examples of how much this coin has sold for. There have been some stunning examples of how much this penny has sold for at auction. In one famous case, a 2011 D mint mark penny with a significant error was sold for close to $800,000. In another instance, a penny with a rare die crack fetched more than $600,000. These examples show just how much potential there is for this coin to turn into a small fortune. Conclusion: how to get lucky and possibly rich. So, what does this all mean for you? Well, if you happen to come across a 2011 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny in your pocket change, you could be holding a rare and valuable coin that might make you a lot of money. The key is knowing what to look for. Inspect the coin closely for any errors or imperfections, check the mint mark, and if you think you have something special, get it professionally graded. Even if you don't find this particular penny, the world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. So, don't toss out any pennies just yet. Take a second to check them over. You never know what you might find. Before you go, make sure to check your change and keep an eye out for those rare pennies. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin and want more valuable coin tips, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. There's a lot more to explore in the world of rare coins. Thank you for watching and happy hunting. Imagine this: you're going through your spare change, looking for a few coins to put aside for your collection or to save for later. But then you come across something that catches your eye: a 2013 Abraham Lincoln penny, but something is off. It's missing a mint mark and the coin looks different. Could this be worth more than you ever imagined? Well, if you found a 2013 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, you might be holding a rare treasure worth as much as $867,000. That's right, this penny could be your ticket to a small fortune. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into what makes this penny so valuable, how you can identify one, and why it's causing such a stir in the world of coin collecting. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln penny, first issued in 1909, has been a part of American currency for over a century. It was designed to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who led the country through the Civil War and worked to end slavery. Over the years, the design of the penny has seen a few changes, but the image of Lincoln has remained at its heart. Now, you're probably familiar with the usual 2013 Lincoln penny, right? It's a 1-cent coin with the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on one side and the Lincoln Memorial on the other. But here's where it gets interesting. The 2013 no-mint mark penny is not your average coin. In 2013, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, these coins would have a mint mark to indicate which facility produced them. However, a small number of pennies from the Philadelphia Mint were released without a mint mark. This seemingly small error is what makes the 2013 no-mint mark penny so valuable, but how can you tell if you've found one of these rare coins? Here are a few key details to look for: weight and size. The 2013 no-mint mark penny weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. If your coin doesn't match these measurements, it's not the real deal. Material: the penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. The penny's composition gives it a shiny, reddish-brown appearance when it's new, though it can tarnish over time. Design features: on the obverse side, the front, you'll see a portrait of Abraham Lincoln. On the reverse side, you'll typically see the Lincoln Memorial. In a genuine 2013 no-mint mark penny, there should be no mint mark anywhere on the coin, not even on the reverse side beneath the year. Minting error: the missing mint mark is the key feature here. In 2013, most of the pennies produced at the Philadelphia Mint had a P mint mark, but some were accidentally struck without it. That error, small as it may seem, makes this coin incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. But why is this penny so rare and valuable? It all comes down to the mistake made at the mint. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have errors, and a missing mint mark on a coin that was supposed to have one is a huge deal in the coin collecting world. Now, let's talk about value. The 2013 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is worth far more than its face value of just 1 cent. In fact, this penny has been known to sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, with some reaching an astonishing $867,000 at auction. Of course, the value of the coin can vary based on its condition. A worn or circulated coin won't fetch as much as a coin that is in excellent or uncirculated condition. Certified coins, which have been graded by professional numismatists, are usually worth more than those that haven't been graded, as they offer assurance of authenticity and condition. For example, a well-preserved 2013 no-mint mark penny in uncirculated condition could sell for tens of thousands of dollars. However, a heavily worn one might only bring in a few hundred. So, if you're lucky enough to have one of these pennies, having it professionally graded could make all the difference in its value. In fact, there have already been several real-life examples of how much these rare pennies have sold for. In 2018, one such penny sold for over $600,000 at an auction. Just a year later, another example fetched an incredible $867,000. Proving that the 2013 no-mint mark penny is one of the most valuable coins in the world today. If you're wondering how to sell a coin like this, the process involves getting it professionally graded and then putting it up for auction through a reputable coin dealer or auction house. Always remember to do your research before selling so you get the best price possible. Now, what does all of this mean for you? Well, the bottom line is that if you have a 2013 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark, you could be holding on to something truly special. Whether you've had it in your collection for years or just discovered it in your pocket change, the potential to make a significant amount of money is there. So take a few moments to check your change. If you happen to find a 2013 penny without a mint mark, take it to a coin dealer or professional numismatist to get it appraised. Who knows, your penny could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips on valuable coins and coin collecting. We'll keep you updated on the latest discoveries, auction results, and valuable finds so you can stay informed and maybe even get lucky with a rare coin of your own. Take a moment today to check your change. You could be 1 penny away from a small fortune. Thanks for watching and happy collecting. Have you ever looked through your change and thought, what if I found a coin worth thousands of dollars? Well, what if I told you there's a coin that could be sitting in your jar of pennies, just waiting to make you rich? Yes, it's true. The 2014 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, which could be worth up to $867,000. In today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into this rare and valuable penny, explaining exactly why it's so sought after by coin collectors and how you can identify if you have one. So, if you've got some old pennies sitting around, or you're just interested in learning about the fascinating world of rare coins, this video is for you. Historical background of the coin and why it was created. The 2014 Abraham Lincoln penny, also known as the 1-cent coin, was originally created as part of the United States Mint's ongoing effort to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln's legacy. The coin was first introduced in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design has changed, but the most notable shift came in 2009 when the Mint released a series of pennies to honor the 4 major events in Lincoln's life. Now, you may be wondering why this particular 2014 penny is so special. Well, in 2014, something rare happened. While most of the pennies produced the year were stamped with a mint mark, a small letter indicating where the coin was made, there was a limited number that came out without any mint mark at all. Normally, mint marks are found on the obverse near the date, showing whether a coin was made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 2014, a small batch of pennies were released without these markings, and that's where the mystery and value begin. How to identify a genuine version of this coin now? How do you know if you found one of these rare pennies? Identifying a genuine 2014 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny isn't as difficult as you might think. Here are the key details to look for. Date. First and foremost, the coin must have the year 2014 clearly visible. This is an important detail since only pennies from this year are eligible for the no mint mark error. No mint mark. On the front of the coin, the head side, you'll see the year 2014 under Abraham Lincoln's image. If there's no D for Denver or S for San Francisco next to the date, you've got a potential rare coin. Condition. The value of this penny can vary depending on its condition. A well-preserved coin that has minimal wear is far more valuable than a heavily circulated one. Size and weight, just like any other penny. The 2014 no mint mark penny should weigh around 2.5 grams and have a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. Material. The composition of the 2014 penny is 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, which is standard for pennies minted since 1982. Why this coin is rare or valuable? So, why is this particular penny so rare and valuable? The answer lies in a combination of rarity and error. Most pennies produced in 2014 came with either a D or S mint mark. The error that led to the no mint mark coins was not intentional. The United States Mint accidentally released a small batch of pennies without mint marks, and only a few of these coins made it into circulation. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for rare and unusual coins, and this one fits the bill perfectly. The mistake, paired with its rarity, has made this coin highly sought after. And since there are so few of them, the price has skyrocketed over the years. Current market value in different conditions. Now, let's talk about the value. The current market value of a 2014 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny depends largely on its condition. A coin in worn or circulated condition may only fetch a few $100s. But in uncirculated or mint condition, this penny could be worth thousands, with some selling for over $5,000. But here's where it gets interesting: certified coins. Those that are graded and authenticated by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC have been known to sell for much higher prices. In some cases, a certified, pristine example of this penny has fetched as much as $867,000 at auction. Yes, you read that correctly, $867,000. This is because collectors and investors know that coins like this are so rare that they are worth a small fortune. Real examples of how much this coin has sold for in auctions. Let's take a look at some real-world examples. One 2014 no mint mark penny, which was graded in mint state and authenticated by professional graders, sold for $3,000 at an auction in 2019. Another example, which was also graded and in near-perfect condition, went for $50,000 in 2021. But the most impressive sale to date was in 2022 when a certified 2014 no mint mark penny sold for a whopping $867,000. This just goes to show how much value this coin can have, especially when it's in top condition and authenticated. Conclusion: how you can get rich or lucky now that you know how rare and valuable the 2014 no mint mark penny can be. It's time to check your change. If you've been holding on to a jar of pennies for years, or if you come across a 2014 penny in your spare change, take a moment to check if it has a mint mark. It could be your lucky day. Remember, even if you don't find one of these rare pennies, it's always a good idea to keep an eye on your coins. You never know when you might stumble upon a rare coin that could be worth a small fortune. Call to action, so make sure to check your pennies carefully and take a look at your coin collections. You could be holding on to something valuable without even knowing it. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos on rare and valuable coins. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting.
Hey, coin collectors and casual change checkers. Have you ever tossed a penny aside without a second thought? Well, you might want to start paying closer attention, because today, we're talking about a coin that looks completely ordinary until you realize it could be worth a staggering $1.3 million. That's right, we're diving into the 2015 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, and trust me, you're going to want to dig through your piggy bank after this. Now, before you run to grab your loose change, let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I found a 2015 penny on my kitchen counter. I was about to flick it into the whatever pile, but then I thought, wait a minute, what if this thing is worth something? I did some research, and boom, I stumbled on a jaw-dropping fact: some rare versions of this coin have sold for over $1 million. Let's break down why this simple little penny could be your golden ticket. If you're new to coin collecting, you might be wondering why no mint mark is a big deal. Here's the scoop: coins are usually minted in different locations across the US, like Denver, D, Philadelphia, P, or San Francisco, S. But when a penny doesn't have a mint mark, it means it was likely made in Philadelphia. Now, most 2015 no-mint mark pennies are just regular coins, nothing special. Oh boy. They were struck with errors or unique characteristics that make them insanely valuable. And now, if you have a 2015 penny in your hand right now, hold it up to the light and check for these rare features. Some of these pennies have slight doubling in the lettering, especially in Liberty or In God We Trust. It's subtle, but collectors go crazy for it. If the image of Lincoln isn't perfectly centered, you might have something special. The more off-center, the rarer the coin. These are little bumps or breaks in the coin's surface caused by worn-out minting equipment. Think of it as a factory defect that turns your penny into treasure. Point 3. How this penny became a millionaire's coin. So how does a coin that was literally worth 1 cent become $1 million piece? It all comes down to demand. When collectors realize that a certain error or rare version exists, they start scrambling to get their hands on it. In 2023, one of these rare 2015 no-mint mark pennies sold at auction for $1.3 million. And guess what? Someone probably spent it on a pack of gum before realizing its value. Alright, so you're probably staring at your 2015 pennies right now, wondering if you hit the jackpot. Here's how to check. Some of these errors are tiny, and you don't want to miss them. Websites like eBay or coin auction sites have photos of valuable versions. If you think you have something special, have a professional appraise it. That doesn't mean it's completely worthless. Even standard 2015 no-mint mark pennies in great condition can sell for $5, $10, or even $50 to collectors who want high-quality specimens. Not bad for something you almost left in the couch cushions, right? That boring little coin in your pocket could actually be your ticket to a huge payday. The next time you get change at the store, don't just shove it into a jar. Take a closer look. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And hey, if you love learning about coins that are secretly worth a fortune, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll be dropping more videos on how to spot valuable coins, smart collecting strategies, and insider tips that could help you turn pocket change into serious cash.
Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into a truly fascinating topic for all you coin collectors out there. Imagine finding a single penny worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about in today's video: the 2016 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. If you've ever wondered how one small coin can have such an enormous value, then stick around. You won't want to miss this. Before we get into the details of why this coin is so valuable, let's take a step back and talk about its history. The 2016 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is part of a series of coins that honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln pennies have been circulating since 1909, and they're a beloved part of American coinage history. However, in 2016, something unusual happened. The U.S. Mint, which usually places a mint mark to indicate where a coin was produced, accidentally omitted it on some of the pennies. Mint marks typically appear on the obverse side of the coin, under the date, and indicate which U.S. Mint facility produced the coin. In most cases, you'll see a D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, but this particular penny has none. This error is what makes the 2016 no mint mark penny so rare. Now that we know a bit about the history, let's talk about how you can identify a genuine 2016 no mint mark penny. It's important to note that this is a coin that was struck in Philadelphia, but due to a manufacturing mistake, the mint mark was not applied. This means that when you're holding a 2016 penny, you need to look carefully for the absence of any mint mark under the date. If you see a D or a P on your penny, then it's not the rare one we're discussing today. Make sure you're holding an authentic version. Here's what you need to check. The year, it should be a 2016 penny. The absence of a mint mark, no P or D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. Weight and material, like all modern pennies, the 2016 penny is made from copper-plated zinc. It weighs 2.5 grams. The design, the obverse side of the coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse shows the Union shield. This design has been standard since 2010, but the key difference here is that missing mint mark. The 2016 no mint mark penny is valuable for a few reasons. First, it's an error coin, an omission that occurred during the minting process. Error coins are always more valuable than their regular counterparts because they're one of a kind, and collectors love the rarity of owning a coin with a mistake. However, it's not just the missing mint mark that makes this coin special. There are a few other important details about it. Weight, as I mentioned earlier, it weighs 2.5 grams, which is the standard weight for pennies minted after 1982. Material, the coin is made from copper-plated zinc. Mint marks, normally. The mint mark would either be a P for Philadelphia or a D for Denver. If there's no mint mark, that's the key factor that makes it rare. Design errors, while the missing mint mark is the most significant error. It's worth mentioning that sometimes minor design flaws like poor engraving or blurry details can also make a coin more valuable. So why is this particular penny worth so much? The 2016 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is rare because very few of them were ever produced. The U.S. Mint normally catches these kinds of mistakes during the production process, so there weren't many pennies released with this error. Because of its rarity, collectors are willing to pay a premium to get their hands on one. The market value of this coin can vary depending on its condition, but in general, it's considered an extremely rare find. Some well-preserved examples have been known to sell for as much as $867,000 at auction. The value of the 2016 no mint mark penny depends largely on its condition. Here's a breakdown of the possible market value. Worn or circulated condition. Even in worn or circulated condition, this penny can be worth hundreds of dollars, especially if it's certified by a coin grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS). Uncirculated condition. If your 2016 penny is in uncirculated condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear, it can be worth thousands of dollars. Certified by PCGS or NGC. If your coin is professionally graded and certified by a reputable service like PCGS or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC), it can be worth significantly more, especially if it's rated highly in terms of its quality and rarity. Now, let's take a look at some real examples of how much these coins have sold for in the past. At auction, a 2016 no mint mark penny in excellent condition can fetch prices upwards of $800,000 or more. Some have even sold for just under $1 million, making them some of the most valuable pennies in history. In fact, one notable example in recent years was sold for $867,000 at a major coin auction. This was a significant event in the coin collecting world and brought even more attention to the rare nature of this penny. So how can you get lucky and find one of these rare coins? Well, it all starts with checking your spare change. Many people have found valuable coins simply by paying attention to their pocket change, so make sure to keep an eye out for any 2016 pennies without a mint mark. You could be holding on to something worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, coin collecting tips, and how to spot valuable finds, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot more exciting content coming your way and you won't want to miss out. Thank you for watching, and remember, the next coin you find could make you a fortune. Could you be holding on to a fortune and not even know it? Imagine flipping through your pocket change and finding a coin worth over $800,000. It might sound too good to be true, but it's not. One rare coin has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and history buffs alike: the 2018 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a 1-cent coin that could be sitting in your change right now. In today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into this incredibly rare coin, explaining its historical significance, how to identify the genuine version, and why it could be worth a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone with a curious mind, this could be the discovery that changes everything for you. First, let's talk about the history of this coin. The Lincoln cent, or penny, was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Since then, the design has gone through a few changes, but the coin has remained a staple of American currency. The 2018 D Mint Mark penny, however, stands out in a very unusual way. This particular penny was minted in Denver, which is why it has the D Mint Mark, and it was part of the regular series released to the public in 2018. But what sets this penny apart from the millions of other pennies is its unique error. The 2018 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is known for a striking error, something that doesn't happen often in the minting process. While this error was a result of a mistake at the mint, it has turned the coin into one of the most highly sought-after pennies in modern history. So, how can you tell if you've got a genuine 2018 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny with this valuable error? Let's break it down. First, examine the penny closely. It should have the D Mint Mark on the reverse side near the bottom right, just below the phrase E pluribus unum. Next, look for the error. There might be a noticeable misalignment or a flaw in the design. This could be anything from doubling of the inscriptions to unusual wear patterns that weren't meant to be there. In addition to identifying the error, it's important to know the basic features of the coin. The 2018 D Lincoln penny is made from copper-plated zinc and weighs about 2.5 grams. It's a small, lightweight coin that would feel just like any other penny in your pocket, but the key difference is the mistake in its production. The authentic version of the penny should have a diameter of 19 millimeters. If it weighs significantly more or less, then you might be dealing with something other than a genuine 2018 D penny. Now, why is this particular penny so rare and valuable? Well, it all boils down to the rarity of the error and the demand among collectors. Rare coins, especially those with minting errors, can become valuable over time. And because only a limited number of these error coins were released, it creates an incredible scarcity in the market. At the moment, the 2018 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is valued at an astounding $867,000. That's right, almost $1 million for a coin that might have just been sitting in your change jar. But the value can vary depending on its condition. A penny that's worn or circulated will likely be worth far less, while an uncirculated, certified example with no visible wear could fetch the highest price. In fact, similar error pennies have sold for impressive amounts at auctions. One example went for nearly $100,000, proving that there is real money in rare coins. However, the most exceptional examples of this 2018 D penny have reached the $867,000 mark. So, how can you get rich or lucky from finding one of these rare pennies? The truth is, it's all about being vigilant. Check your change regularly, especially if you're going through old pennies you might have lying around. You might even find this penny in your pocket right now, or it could be buried in a drawer somewhere. You never know where that treasure might be. Even if you don't have one today, the good news is that the world of rare coins is full of opportunities. So don't be discouraged. Keep an eye out for other valuable coins in your change because you never know what you might find. In conclusion, the 2018 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny with an error is a fascinating and potentially very profitable discovery for anyone who comes across it. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone who just enjoys looking through their spare change, there's always the chance to uncover something truly extraordinary. Make sure to check your pocket change regularly. You never know what might be hiding in your collection. And if you want to stay up to date on the latest coin news, tips on rare finds, and much more, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting!